Hey John. So I think your logo's looking pretty good. I'm not sure why you decided to go monochromatic with your phase 4 with everything that you did. So that part I'm really unclear about because everything just kind of looks grayscale, like you desaturated it. So I don't know why you just or decided to go that route. I'm curious. I really like the orange that you used on your previous version for the colored version of the logo. So I would like to see you incorporate that a little bit more in your designs. As far as the mock-ups, and I don't think I specifically put this, but I would like to see actual photographs of clothing as opposed to like the vector drawn version of it, because when you present it to a client you really want it to be as realistic as possible so they can see what the logo is going to look like on the product itself. So the more realistic they are, the better it's going to look to them, and the more likeliness of or the more likely it is that you're going to be able to sell the logo to them because it looks so good. So you always want to use very photorealistic images when you create the mock-up, so actual pictures of shirts, like real photographs. So as far as grading what the logo looks like on the product itself, these are more like kind of just sketchy, so it's hard to see what it would look like in real life. And again, I like the colors that you chose, so I'm not sure why you decided to go with the black and white on that. The texture for the business cards I think would be cool. The issue that you run into is the busyness of the texture with the type on top of it, so kind of like the Twin Peaks here and then the suggested retail, things like that, where you have type on top of that detail, it becomes very difficult to read. So you gotta watch out when you use a busy background like that, or the texture that you have with the wood, then it makes anything that's put on top of it kind of difficult to make out. For the business card, I get a very different feel from this than I was getting originally from your company. Like, I like the logo, but then the type kind of started to make it look a little bit more old-fashioned, which I wasn't too big on to begin with. I wasn't sure what direction you were going to take it, but then now seeing everything together, it definitely has kind of like, looks almost like an old school like minor, not minor like under 18, minor like MINER, like out in the mines and stuff. So I don't know if that's what you were trying to go with from the beginning. I definitely get kind of like a minor country feel from it. And it might just be that we had kind of a different vision of where you were going to take it. Let's see, John Landers, CCO. As far as the arrangement of the information on the business card, I would not center this underneath it because you have everything right aligned over here, and then you have this kind of left aligned with this, and then you have this centered. So I would watch your alignment on this type here, and you have a lot of stuff here, so maybe try and, I wouldn't crop this off as much, because what you're basically doing is you're taking a lot of information and then you're limiting the area that you can put it into. And I can see that you're thinking about the fact that it's going to interact with that background, kind of like we were talking about with this part here where it's going to be too busy. So I like that you were thinking about that and thinking about the legibility of it, but basically what you've done is kind of constricted the space that you can put all the information in. So a better way around that would probably be to not use that textured background and to approach it a little bit differently, because you still have that issue with the front part here with the texture. Let's see, for the ad, again, with the whole black and white thing, it becomes difficult to read this white type on top of the white clouds in the background here, or the white smoke, whatever that is. So again, thinking about legibility, you want that to stick out more. With the type that you chose for the bottom part of the ad, it seems very compact. I don't know if you adjusted the kerning or what, but it seems like it's very much cramped together. Like especially with the website down here, like those W's are they almost have like no space in between them at all. Well, they're actually touching for this part, but I mean the black parts between them, so they barely look like W's. So watch out for that. Again, with the size of the type and the legibility and the kerning and everything. But the main comments being, overall, definitely would not have gone with the grayscale. I want to see color, because it detracts from your designs. I really liked the direction that you were pushing it with the colored logo, and then having the black and white, you kind of like backtracked a little bit and you started going back towards. It makes it look more like an amateur design as opposed to being more professional. So having the color would have made it look definitely more professional, and same with the photographs for your mock-ups. All right, any other comments? I think that's about it, but definitely some things that I would have liked to have seen you work on. Logo itself was looking great. Just keep it in color.